Once upon a time, deep in a dark, sprawling forest, lived a poor woodcutter with his two children, Hansel and Gretel, and their stepmother. A great famine had fallen upon the land, and one night, as hunger gnawed at their bellies, the stepmother told the woodcutter, "There is not enough food for us all. We must take the children deep into the forest and leave them. Perhaps some kind soul will find them." The woodcutter's heart ached, but he saw no other way. Little did they know, Hansel and Gretel were awake and had heard everything. Gretel began to cry, but Hansel whispered, "Don't worry, little sister. I have a plan." The next morning, as they set off into the woods, Hansel secretly dropped shiny white pebbles from his pocket, leaving a trail all the way from their home. Deep in the forest, their father built a small fire and said, "Rest here, children. We are going to chop wood and will be back for you soon." But of course, they never returned. When the moon rose high in the sky, its light made the pebbles shimmer like silver coins. Hansel took Gretel's hand and said, "Come, let's follow the stones." They followed the sparkling path all the way back to their little cottage. Their father was overjoyed to see them, but their stepmother was furious. Not long after, the famine grew worse. Again, the stepmother insisted they take the children into the forest, even deeper this time. Hansel again tried to gather pebbles, but the stepmother had locked the door. All he had was a small piece of bread. The next morning, as they walked, Hansel crumbled the bread and dropped the pieces behind him, hoping to make another trail. But alas, when they were left alone once more, Hansel discovered that the hungry birds of the forest had eaten every last crumb. They were truly lost. For 3 days, they wandered, their hunger growing with each step. They were tired, scared, and had nearly given up hope. Suddenly, through the trees, they saw the most wonderful sight. It was a little cottage, but not just any cottage. Its walls were made of gingerbread, the roof was made of cake, and the windows were clear, spun sugar. "Look, Gretel!" Hansel cried. "We can eat the house." Overjoyed, they ran to it. Hansel broke off a piece of the cake roof, and Gretel nibbled on a sugary window pane. Suddenly, a sweet, gentle voice called out from inside, "Nibble, nibble, little mouse, who is nibbling on my house?" The children, startled, replied, "The wind, the wind, the heavenly wind." Just then, the door creaked open, and a very old woman, leaning on a cane, hobbled out. She smiled kindly and said, "Oh, you poor dear children, you must be so hungry. Come inside, and I will give you a proper feast." Hansel and Gretel, relieved to have found help, followed her inside. A wonderful meal of pancakes, apples, and milk was waiting for them. After they ate their fill, she showed them to 2 cozy little beds, and they fell fast asleep, believing their troubles were over. But the old woman was not as kind as she seemed. She was a wicked witch who had built the gingerbread house to lure children in. The next morning, she grabbed Hansel and locked him in a small cage. She shook Gretel awake and snarled, "Get up, you lazy girl. Your brother is going to be fattened up, and you are going to cook for him. When he's nice and plump, I will eat him." Gretel cried, but she knew she had to do as the witch said. Every day, the witch would go to Hansel's cage and say, "Stick out your finger, so I can feel if you're fat enough yet." The witch had very poor eyesight, and clever Hansel, knowing this, would stick out a small chicken bone instead. The witch would feel the bone and grumble, "Still so skinny, when will you ever be fat?" Weeks went by, and the witch grew impatient. One day, she shrieked, "I can't wait any longer. Fat or skinny, I will feast on Hansel today." "Gretel, fire up the oven. We will bake him." Tears streamed down Gretel's face as she stoked the fire. The witch cackled, "Check if the oven is hot enough. Climb in and see." But Gretel realized the witch intended to push her in and cook her too. Thinking quickly, Gretel said, "I'm sorry, but I don't know how. I'm too small. Could you show me?" The witch, annoyed, grumbled, "Useless child. It's easy, like this." And she opened the oven door and stuck her head inside. In that instant, Gretel gave the witch a mighty shove, sending her tumbling into the fiery oven, and slammed the heavy iron door shut. Gretel quickly ran to free Hansel from his cage. "Hansel, we're saved. The witch is gone," she cried. They hugged each other, overjoyed. Before leaving, they looked around the witch's cottage and found chests filled with pearls and precious stones. They filled their pockets to the brim. "Now we must find our way home," said Hansel. They walked for hours until they came to a wide, rushing river. There was no bridge. Just as they began to worry, a beautiful white duck swam over. They asked for help, and the kind duck carried them across, one at a time. On the other side, the forest began to look familiar. Soon, they saw their little cottage in the distance. They ran as fast as their legs could carry them. Their father was outside, and when he saw them, he ran to them with tears of joy. He told them that their stepmother had gone away, and he had missed them every single day. Hansel and Gretel emptied their pockets, and the pearls and jewels tumbled out. Their money worries were over forever. From that day on, the three of them lived together in happiness. And the lesson for all of us is this: even when things seem scary and you feel lost, it's important to be brave, stay clever, and stick together. With a little courage and a lot of love, you can find your way through any dark forest. Thank you for joining us for this bedtime story. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a like and subscribe to our channel for more magical tales. Good night and sweet dreams.